Hello and welcome to my world. I am so thrilled that you are here. And I just wanted to say hi and give you a quick idea of who I am and what I am here to do for now. So, my name is Fabienne. I live in beautiful town in Switzerland called Interlaken. And it has been my number one mission for the past few years to support people in starting to redefine themselves, to redefine the way that they express themselves, that they live in the world, and to redefine the way that they are living. Now, I am I'm a big fan, a big promoter of joy and play and lightness in life. And I really want to bring that across. And I think I do that very well in the work that I do. But for me, it's also very, very important for you to understand and know that joyful life, and empowered life isn't just about being happy. There's times in life where life just simply fucking sucks. And that's just the fact of the matter in that moment or in those moments, right? But when we start understanding and start changing the relationship to life and to things that are happening in our lives, then we start also we start to change the way that we experience these moments of this fucking sucks. So one thing that I came across over the past couple of years, few years, the past decade actually, since I'm on this journey myself, all our lives for the past thousands and thousands of years have been narrated in a drama dynamic way. What does that mean? That mean that you just look at any story, at any movie, at any theater, and at your own life and the lives of the people around you, and you will see that it's all about the drama, right? And when we are in a drama and we are playing the main character in a drama, it is not very fun most of the time. When we are playing the main role in a drama, we are very often the victim. Why is that? Because that's just the standpoint from where we see things. We end up being the victim. And in the drama dynamic, where we have, so to speak, can imagine an upside down triangle sort of thing, and you have the victim at the bottom, and then you have a persecutor or a villain, someone who is responsible for this person to be the victim. The persecutor or the villain doesn't have even to be a person. It can also be a situation, circumstance, an illness, anything really. And then you have a rescuer on the other side, which also is part of that triangular dynamic. The rescuer themselves, they encourage, with them identifying as a rescuer, I'm helping you. They reinforce the victim mentality of the victim, reaffirming that they are in a place where they shouldn't be, or yeah. And they also become a potential persecutor to the villain, because now they all team up with the victim and they go against the persecutor, which makes the victim and the rescuer a a persecutor, and it turns the persecutor into the victim from that perspective. And so it changes, like the dynamic changes constantly within a relationship and within a situation. And that's often what we see in the in drama plays, right? They tend to almost become comical at some point because of like the switching of the roles on and on and on. Now, again, there's nothing wrong with that if we understand what is happening. But most of us don't really understand what's happening because we have just been put into this world with this program of that drama narrative. And that's just how we tell our lives, how we tell the story of our lives. Now, what is the answer to that? Is we can flip that triangle up. So now we have a positive triangle. We call that the empowerment dynamic triangle. Now, the victim becomes the hero or the creator of their life story. And as such, they start changing the meaning of someone who is maybe going against them or who is maybe not giving them the nicest time. But they're not making that person or that circumstance the persecutor or the villain anymore. They make them challenger, an opportunity for growth, an opportunity for learning, an opportunity to realign with themselves, to reconnect with themselves and the world and even the other. And from that empowered triangular dynamic, the rescuer no longer acts as a rescuer because there's no victim anymore, right? So the role of the rescuer also switches to that of a coach or a supporter or a cheerleader or don't know any other words, but someone who is seeing the potency of the situation, who is seeing the strength and the ability of the creator, the hero in that story. And so they get to reinforce, re-empower the person, main character in this story, which is here the hero, which is the co-creator of the story. And when we start seeing life through that lens, if we could teach that already to our children, if we could teach that to teachers and to bosses and people all over the world, imagine how the world would change, how the way that we experience life would change. And I'm not necessarily talking utopian, kind of like everybody is always happy and light and bright kind of scenario. That's not what I envision. But what I envision is a world where the default is the empowerment dynamic, and where we can choose every now and then, for the fun of it, to go into the drama triangular dynamic. But now what happens is that we get to play that drama game purposefully and consciously, which means that we can get ourselves out of it anytime. And that just, it would change the game so much. It would change the way that we experience life, that we live in our lives, and it will change the way that the world looks like and feels like. And that's what I am passionate about. That's what I want to bring across, to share with people these two different ways of looking at reality. Having a drama focused reality, or having a empowered focused reality, and becoming aware of how to move, how to switch, how to get out of a certain old used pattern that we're having, right? It's difficult sometimes ourselves out of these inherited patterns and inherited ways of thinking, especially if the world around us is still so engrossed in that drama dynamic. It can be very, very difficult for us to kind of like step out. And that's why I say it at the beginning, especially while we are waking everybody up, or why everybody is starting to wake up, there will be times where there is no way that you can just be outside of the drama. But again, you from that lens, even though everybody else kind of like plays the drama game, for you, the situation doesn't necessarily have that feeling of a drama game, because you see through the bullshit, you see through the delusion. And that's what I want to bring to people. And how I do that is obviously by simply sharing with you these new truths, these new ways of looking at things, putting on these glasses onto you so that you can see life from a different perspective, through different lenses. I will take you up to mountaintops from where you can actually see from a bird's eye view what is happening down there. And you start realizing and observing and being able to change certain behavior patterns about yourself, change the way that you see yourself, change the way that you interact. As a former yoga teacher, meditation teacher, I also help you to regulate your nervous system. It is so crucial that we also take care of our bodies. And one tool that I use, very, very simple in my coaching, is breathing. I share different visualizations with my clients, and we always start with a small exercise of breath to regulate the breath patterns, which regulates the nervous system. And then we go through a little body scan to get our minds and our brain waves into a alpha or almost theta state, depending on how deep you can go, but definitely bringing it down to alpha brain waves, where we are more and more suggestible, and where we can start opening up to creative ideas and creative thought. Once we've done that, once we are in that alpha brainwave state, we now start reprogramming our subconscious mind. We start changing the stories. We start changing the way we look at things. In this place, we can also start rehearsing certain situations before they happen, so that when they happen, our subconscious is already prepared with a new way of responding. And here I make the distinction that I teach and I show my clients how to move from reaction to response. Because when we are in a stressed and agitated nervous system state, that's when we react automatically, autonomously. Our bodies just do what we've been trained to in order to survive. And we bring that into a calm nervous system setting. Now we don't fear death right away with every stressful situation that happens. We know that we are safe, knows that it is safe. So we can move away from reacting unconsciously, but moving into consciously respond. How do we do that? We usually take a step back when something really painful happens. We take a step back for a second and we run it through our creative brain. We run it through our conscious setting, and we choose a way to respond. That's not just automatic. Now we have a choice, and now we become the creator of that, or co-creator of that situation. We can start manipulating it in a better direction that's more helpful for ourselves, but also for the other, not feeding into the drama story of the other or of the situation. And that, my friend, is really, really, really powerful. And then, yeah, coming out of these visualizations, doing that repetitively, you start noticing yourself, seeing the world around you in a different way. You start experiencing it in a different way. You start understanding and learning that you can change the meaning of certain concepts in life, that you can change the meaning of certain words, because they're all just really made up. And a lot of the words that we're using today aren't even defined as their original meaning anymore. So our society has been changing language and changing the meaning of language for hundreds and hundreds and thousands of years already. So you get to do that too. You get to be your own creator of your own world and make up the meaning of your life in the situation. Obviously, we want to make up that meaning in a way that helps us thrive, that helps us have amazing experience. And again, amazing doesn't mean happy and bright all the time. Amazing means alive, having an alive and playful experience of this life, and not making it mean too much because so that is a little bit something about me and how I work. And the way that this really helps you is in the way that you really start seeing life in a different way. It's gonna be more peaceful, it's gonna be more joyful, it's gonna be more playful, and you start feeling empowered because you start realizing that you have a say. You have a saying in this. You can make up the stories in the way that you want. You can make up the meaning of something that happens for your own benefit, so that it serves you, that it serves your growth, that it serves your life, that it serves your mission in life, which is just to have an incredible experience for the time that you are here. So I hope that that is something that excites you. And if that is so, I really invite you to come and book a call with me. Let's have a conversation. Let's chat. Let's see how we can support each other, how I can support you, how you can support yourself. And trust me that you, in return, will also support me, because we are always learning from each other all of the time. We can not only learn from people who are ahead of us, we learn from everyone around us all of the time. And so I'm really excited to work with people who see that, who feel that, and who are really, really willing and desperate to finally find their way into a life that feels good. A life that feels good with all of the ups and the downs, with all of the swirl and the messes and the chaos, with the beauty and the brightness and the darkness, with the shine and with the mud. I want to work with people who are ready to get dirty, who are ready to shine, but just simply don't know yet how to get to do that. I'm here to support you. I'm here with my strong shoulders to have you step on them so that you can see even further than I ever could. And that's how we elevate humanity. That's how we elevate the next generation, so that they don't have to go through the same drama struggles that we had to go through. They will have other struggles that they'll have to go through, but let's put the drama dynamic to the past, or simply only for role plays when we must, but not for our lives anymore. That being said, I can't wait to see you on a call, to start working with you, and to help you change the way that you experience life, which in return will change the way that everybody around you will experience life as well. I love you, and I talk to you soon.